The people are people. They want honesty. They want emotion. They want music that speaks to them without pretending to be something it's not. They want to feel like they're part of the moment. B.B. King understood that better than almost anyone who ever held a guitar. Born Riley B. King, he didn't just play the blues, he lived it. His sound carried pain, joy, heartbreak, humor, and dignity, all wrapped into a single singing note. Over a career that spanned more than 6 decades, B.B. King became the undisputed king of the blues, not because he claimed the title, but because the world gave it to him. What separated B.B. King from many great musicians wasn't just his phrasing or his iconic vibrato. It was his deep respect for the people who came before him and the artists who pushed the guitar forward. He studied the instrument obsessively, listened constantly, and never stopped learning. In a rare and heartfelt interview, B.B. King once revealed his 10 favorite guitarists of all time, a list that wasn't about popularity or sales, but about impact, innovation, and emotional truth. Some names were obvious legends. Others surprised listeners and revealed just how wide B.B.'s musical world really was. This wasn't just a ranking. It was a roadmap of blues history. A tribute to the players who shaped the sound of modern guitar. From early pioneers to revolutionary innovators, these are the musicians who helped shape B.B. King's voice, and in doing so, shaped the sound of the blues forever. Buddy Guy represented something dangerous. He was raw. He was aggressive. And he played the blues like his life depended on it. Coming out of Chicago's electric blues scene, Buddy Guy brought a level of intensity that shocked audiences. His playing wasn't polite or restrained. It screamed, cried, laughed, and exploded without warning. For B.B. King, Buddy Guy represented a completely different way of expressing blues emotion. Where B.B.'s style was smooth and conversational, Buddy's was confrontational and fearless. B.B. admired that. Buddy Guy showed that blues didn't have to stay locked in the past. His extended solos, violent string bends, and dramatic stage presence proved that traditional blues could feel modern, urgent, and unpredictable. He didn't hold anything back emotionally, and that honesty mattered deeply to B.B. King. What made Buddy Guy special wasn't just his technique, it was his refusal to compromise. Every note came from a place of truth. He played what he felt, not what was expected. B.B. King respected that kind of courage. He understood that the blues had many voices, and Buddy Guy's voice represented the wild, untamed heart of Chicago blues. Albert King didn't just play the guitar, he wrestled with it. Left-handed and playing a right-handed guitar upside down, Albert developed one of the most recognizable sounds in blues history. His massive string bends, slow phrasing, and crushing tone created a voice that was instantly identifiable within seconds. B.B. King admired Albert King not just for his sound, but for his originality. Albert didn't copy anyone. He created his own language on the instrument, turning physical limitations into creative advantages. Songs like Born Under a Bad Sign showed how devastatingly powerful simplicity could be when paired with perfect timing and emotion. Both men carried the title King, and both earned it through innovation and decades of hard work. Albert King proved that blues guitar could be heavy, muscular, and emotionally intense all at once. His influence reached far beyond blues, shaping rock guitarists like Eric Clapton and Jimi Hendrix. B.B. King saw Albert as a fellow innovator, someone who expanded the blues vocabulary while staying true to its emotional core. Freddie King was pure momentum. As the third member of the legendary Three Kings of the Blues, Freddie brought a Texas-style attack that blended rhythm and lead into one powerful force. His instrumental hits, especially Hideaway, helped bring blues guitar to mainstream audiences at a time when rock music was taking over. B.B. King admired Freddie's ability to make blues exciting without sacrificing its soul. Freddie's playing was energetic, aggressive, and highly rhythmic. He could drive a band forward while still delivering memorable lead lines. His approach influenced countless British blues players in the 1960s, helping spark the blues rock explosion. What B.B. appreciated most was Freddie's balance. He entertained without showing off. He played what served the music, not his ego. Freddie King proved that blues could evolve and survive in changing musical landscapes, a lesson B.B. King understood deeply. Otis Rush played the blues like it hurt. A pioneer of the West Side Chicago blues sound, Rush brought an emotional intensity that was impossible to ignore. Like Albert King, he played left-handed on a right-handed guitar, resulting in unique bends and phrasing that felt raw and urgent. B.B. King admired Otis Rush's ability to build tension slowly, letting emotion simmer before exploding into powerful climaxes. Songs like I Can't Quit You Baby showcased Rush's gift for storytelling through sound. His tone wasn't polished, it was honest, emotional, and deeply human. Rush demonstrated that blues could be aggressive and vulnerable at the same time. His influence spread into rock music, shaping players who wanted to capture that same emotional depth. For B.B. King, Otis Rush represented the emotional extremes of the blues, and the beauty that comes from embracing them. Eric Clapton never hid his admiration for B.B. King. Throughout his career, Clapton referred to B.B. as the greatest guitarist alive. But the respect went both ways. B.B. King deeply appreciated Clapton's dedication to honoring blues traditions and introducing them to new audiences. Clapton's work with the Bluesbreakers, Cream, and later as a solo artist brought blues-based guitar playing into the global spotlight. Millions of listeners discovered the blues through Clapton's tone, phrasing, and song choices. What mattered most to B.B. was Clapton's humility. Despite his fame, Clapton consistently credited the blues pioneers who inspired him. He used his platform to shine light on older artists who might otherwise have been forgotten. B.B. King saw Clapton not as a student, but as a steward, someone helping carry the blues forward responsibly. When Stevie Ray Vaughan arrived in the early 1980s, the blues came roaring back. His tone was massive. His playing was explosive. And his commitment to the blues was unquestionable. B.B. King admired Stevie Ray Vaughan for his deep respect for blues traditions and his ability to make the music feel urgent again. Albums like Texas Flood showed that blues guitar could still excite younger audiences in a modern era. Stevie didn't water the blues down. He leaned into it. His success sparked a major blues revival and brought renewed attention to the artists who inspired him, including B.B. King himself. That generosity mattered deeply to B.B. Stevie Ray Vaughan proved that authenticity still had power, and that the blues would always find a way to survive when played with conviction. Jimi Hendrix changed everything. He didn't just expand the guitar, he redefined what it could be. B.B. King recognized Hendrix as a true genius, someone who respected blues roots while pushing the instrument into entirely new dimensions. Feedback, distortion, and effects became tools of expression rather than noise. Despite his experimental reputation, songs like Red House revealed Hendrix's deep understanding of traditional blues. B.B. admired that balance, innovation grounded in tradition. Hendrix showed that blues didn't have boundaries. His vision permanently altered the future of electric guitar, influencing every player who came after him. T-Bone Walker was the blueprint. Before B.B. King, before Albert King, before modern electric blues existed, there was T-Bone Walker. He pioneered single-note runs, smooth phrasing, and a sophisticated approach that changed blues guitar forever. B.B. King studied T-Bone's records obsessively. His entire approach, the phrasing, the elegance, the restraint, came from Walker's innovations. T-Bone showed that blues could be refined, jazzy, and emotionally powerful all at once. For B.B. King, T-Bone Walker wasn't just an influence. He was the foundation. Django Reinhardt played with only 2 functional fingers, and still changed the guitar forever. After a devastating injury, Django developed techniques that seemed impossible. His speed, precision, and creativity inspired musicians across all genres. B.B. King was amazed by Django's ability to combine technical brilliance with emotional depth. Django proved that limitations could become strengths when paired with imagination. For B.B., Django represented artistic perseverance at its highest level. At number 1, B.B. King chose Lonnie Johnson. And for good reason. Lonnie Johnson pioneered single-string guitar solos in blues and jazz during the 1920s and 1930s. He transformed the guitar into a lead instrument, one capable of singing melodies like a horn or voice. B.B. King discovered Lonnie Johnson as a teenager, and everything changed. His entire style traced directly back to Johnson's innovations. Without Lonnie Johnson, there would be no B.B. King as we know him. Placing Johnson at number 1 wasn't about fame. It was about truth. B.B. King wanted the world to remember the man who gave modern blues guitar its voice. Every king has a crown. For B.B. King, that crown was a guitar named Lucille. Lucille wasn't just an instrument. She was a voice, a partner, and a storyteller. Unlike many guitar heroes who relied on speed or complexity, B.B. King focused on one note at a time. He believed that a single note, played with the right feeling, could say more than 1,000 fast runs. His famous vibrato wasn't learned in a classroom, it was shaped by years of listening, suffering, loving, and living. Lucille allowed B.B. to sing through the guitar. His phrasing mirrored the human voice, bending notes like spoken words and letting silence speak just as loudly as sound. That restraint became his signature. B.B. often said he learned as much from singers as he did from guitarists. He didn't try to overwhelm listeners. He invited them in. Lucille spoke gently, confidently, and truthfully, just like the man who played her. B.B. King never chased trends. While rock guitar grew louder and faster, B.B. stayed focused on emotion. He believed that music should make people feel something before it impressed them technically. To B.B., the blues wasn't about how many notes you could play, it was about which notes you chose not to play. He often explained that space was just as important as sound. Those pauses between phrases weren't empty. They were breathing moments, giving listeners time to absorb the feeling behind the music. This philosophy influenced generations of guitarists. Many realized that power didn't come from complexity, but from honesty. B.B. showed the world that maturity, control, and emotional intelligence could be just as electrifying as raw speed. That mindset is one of his greatest legacies. B.B. King lived on the road. While many artists slowed down with age, B.B. kept touring relentlessly. He believed that music was meant to be shared face to face. Every show mattered, whether it was a massive festival or a small theater. He treated every audience with the same respect. B.B. smiled, joked, told stories, and connected with people like an old friend. That warmth made his performances unforgettable. Fans didn't just hear the blues, they felt welcomed by it. Even late in life, when his movements slowed, his guitar still spoke with authority. His commitment to performing showed younger musicians what true dedication looked like. For B.B. King, retirement was never an option. The blues were his purpose. In an industry often driven by ego, B.B. King stood apart. He was known as the gentleman of the blues, not because of image, but because of character. He praised other musicians openly, encouraged younger artists, and never spoke badly about his peers. B.B. understood that the blues was bigger than any one person. He believed music should unite, not divide. That generosity of spirit made him beloved across genres. Rock musicians, jazz players, country artists, all felt welcomed by B.B.'s humility. Even when he was recognized as the greatest, he never acted like it. That humility was just as influential as his guitar playing. B.B. King's influence didn't stop at blues. Rock guitarists borrowed his phrasing. Jazz musicians admired his control. Pop artists studied his emotional delivery. From Eric Clapton to John Mayer, from Gary Moore to Mark Knopfler, countless musicians credited B.B. King as a defining influence. Many tried to copy his vibrato, but few understood its real source, life experience. B.B. didn't play blues because it was a genre. He played it because it was truth. That authenticity crossed all musical boundaries. Decades after his rise, B.B. King's music still resonates. In a world obsessed with speed, algorithms, and perfection, his playing reminds us of something deeper, human emotion. His notes weren't perfect. They were honest. Young musicians discovering B.B. today often realize something important: technology changes, styles evolve, but feeling never goes out of style. B.B. King's legacy isn't locked in the past. It lives on every time someone bends a note with purpose. B.B. King once described the blues as a conversation. You speak. You listen. You respond. That idea shaped everything he played. His guitar didn't dominate, it communicated. He left room for the band, the audience, and the moment itself. That conversational approach made his music timeless. It never felt forced. It felt natural, like a story being told slowly, honestly, and without exaggeration. B.B. taught the world that music doesn't need to shout to be powerful. B.B. King never claimed perfection. He claimed feeling. He claimed truth. He claimed respect for the people who came before him. His list of favorite guitarists wasn't about ranking greatness, it was about honoring foundations. He understood that without those players, his voice wouldn't exist. The king of the blues didn't stand alone. He stood on the shoulders of giants. And because of that humility, his legacy stands taller than ever.